Money day, guys and girls. Welcome back to another episode. You're here learning with Vel, and today we have another Market Mondays, and this time we are going to be getting very deep into the world of crypto. Okay, Bitcoin has been taking the center stage over the past couple of weeks. If I'm honest, the markets have been pretty stale, but I've also been delivering when it comes to giving you guys trades inside the community. So if you're watching this video now, it's very important to click the link in the bio so that you can get access to my free Telegram, where I am giving you guys trades upon trades upon trades. Okay, there was over 7,700 pips sent out last week inside my community. So all you've simply got to do is click the link in the bio so I can see you guys in the channel. Now, with that being said, as always, I want to remind you guys that if you haven't already, smash that mother like button and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the other side. All right, cool. So as usual, we're always going to start off, guys, with the economic calendar. I'm going to show you guys what's taking place throughout this week. Now, this week we don't actually have much taking place. Okay, we've got the Easter break taking place towards the end of the week on Friday. It's Good Friday. We've got GDP for the pound on Thursday, and we've also got initial jobless claims. That is the only data that I believe will actually change the market substantially. Now, with that being said, of course, this is the last week of March. So as we approach April, on the 1st of April will be Easter, but on the Friday we should have NFP. So it just feels like yesterday when NFP came around, but next Friday will be NFP again. So it's to be expected that the markets probably could be quite slow until the latter end of next week. But either way, with that being said, right now we've got bigger fish to fry. Okay, right now what we're thinking about is what's happening today, what's happening tomorrow, and how we can make some money this week. So I'm gonna head over to the peso. Shout out to all my peso traders. Now, we've actually had a bounce off of the same significant weekly structure level a few times. We've had 1, 2, 3 to the 4, Snoop Doggy Dogg and Warren G at your door. We've had about 6 bounces off this level. Yeah, this was the trade we sent out last week. It was over 2,400 pips. It was amazing, but let's get over it, bro. Okay, let's start again. So this week I'm actually looking to see what happens with the dollar. Okay, we are creating a massive pool of liquidity below inside of this area. So because of that, I'm not really too keen on taking another buy from this area. Okay, I wouldn't really be surprised if price breaks this low, or at least if price can dip into this area and take some of the money. If price can do that, I'm gonna put over here my emojis in the way. Cool, can't do it right now, no worries. But what I wanted to do is I simply wanted just to put a dollar sign underneath here to show you guys that this is where the money is. So I'm going to be monitoring this. As you guys have been aware, we've had a lot of trades with the US dollar, Mexican peso, and it's been really profitable. So I'm not really in a rush to destroy that profitable run, to destroy the profitable streak by just haphazardly getting into a trade. So we're going to be patient, and we're going to see what happens. I want to show you guys the DXY. Now, the DXY is something that actually, when we look at over the past few days, has been quite bullish. We didn't really get a reaction from here. I thought we was going to get a move to the downside, but actually, in light of the news that was released last week with Jerome Powell speaking, with the Fed also keeping the interest rates at the same, with the incentive, or should I say with the prospectus of them potentially lowering their interest rates for the foreseeable future, this has led the dollar to actually increase in momentum. So we're currently pushing higher at the moment. If we go on the weekly chart, we can see that we are still sitting just beneath a weekly candle. So we're not necessarily out of the green zone. Okay, we're not necessarily out of the dangerous water. Okay, we haven't left the shores yet of uncertainty. So we need to see price close above 104. If price can close above this area, then we can be more positive that price is bullish. At the moment, the week has just started. It is Tuesday, so we do need to see what happens. But of course, we've got Good Friday. The markets are going to be closed, so we've only really got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We've got 3 trading days left of this week, so we can't really be surprised if we don't see much movement with the dollar. Okay, so as always, if you're not already inside the Telegram, this is where I'm going to keep you guys informed and up to date on the job. Now, what I've really been having a lot of success with recently is Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. I sent out this trade inside my community last week. We was able to catch just shy of 5,000. We actually caught 4,653 pips. That was a hell of a move. I'm going to remove that now because the show must go on. And currently we're inside of an area right now which I would actually consider selling, but I'm going to be waiting for price action to see what happens. Now this is really interesting because we are near the all-time high. So price could just go up and make an all-time high again, but what I'm looking at seeing here is inside of this institutional zone, we've had a reaction twice. Is price going to break it? If it doesn't, look guys, I'll be honest with you, we have, all right, the fire alarm just went off guys, but we're back, okay? No one's burning yet, especially not Bitcoin, okay? What I actually want to see here with Bitcoin is I would like for this to have a move to the lower side. Now, of course, look, a lot of people ask me, Cavell, you know, especially one of my friends, Hector, okay? Big shout out to Hector in Miami. I don't believe in buying Bitcoin because it's too high to buy, right? I would rather look for sells because there's more liquidity below than there is above. That's right, I said it, there is more liquidity below. Look at all of these equal lows. I mean, if I just get out the paintbrush tool quickly, we can see low, we can see, here we are, lows here, here, here. There's so many lows here, which means that there's money underneath all of these areas that I've just highlighted. So wherever the money is, that's where the market's going to go. This is a game of equal highs versus equal low. The only difference is that the market makers, the large institutions, okay, they are manipulating price because they are, of course, purchasing a lot of these assets, which is driving the price up. But they're going to have a profit number that they have in their minds that once the number hits, they're going to sell their holdings. So when they sell their holdings, price is going to drop through the floor. So I would not get caught up in buying this at the moment. Of course, I'm only talking about trading this from a CFD perspective, but nonetheless, everything that I'm giving to you guys right now is not financial advice. If you don't understand what I'm saying, if you're taking everything that I'm saying for literal and you're going to place a trade based on what I've told you, then you're a fool. Okay, you should always seek professional financial advice when you're making decisions when it comes to trading, as you can lose all of your money. So with that being said, I am looking to see what can happen around this area. We have taken out the liquidity above momentarily. Bitcoin has been coming down over the past 2 weeks, so it was inevitable that we needed to see some bullish momentum, and we've got that, and now we're sitting inside of an area that if it does come down, ladies and gentlemen, if it does come down, we are looking at a 8 to 10% drop. Okay, we could be looking at 8 to 10% drop in price. That means from $71,000 right down to just above $65,000. This could be something that is on the cards. So I will be waiting, and I will of course be informing you guys inside my channel. Excuse me. The next thing I'm going to show you guys is USD JPY. Now we're hovering around the 34-year high. Do we break this high? I don't think so, but we might, just in terms of grabbing some liquidity. But price action, of course, is hovering like it's reaccumulating. This looks like a reaccumulation schematic, which could essentially push prices higher. If we go on the weekly chart, we can see here that we look like we are definitely about to break this high and take this liquidity. So if we do break the 34-year high, then so be it. But I've remained consistent with my analysis for the Japanese yen. And what I've said to you guys is that I believe that the yen should gain some type of momentum soon. The yen has just increased their interest rate for the first time in over 20 years. That is very significant because now it's going to attract a lot of foreign investments, a lot of foreign investors, sorry. And it means essentially that the yen should now become slightly more favorable. The yen has got an insane amount of assets in the commodities sector. So it's to be expected that, you know, with what's happening in the world right now, there will be a shift in power. I'm not saying that's going to happen today, tomorrow, but what I am saying is the Japanese yen is definitely something that we should not be sleeping on. So the Japanese yen basket at the moment looks like we are coming down lower. We had the push up to the lower high and then price came down. For now, the lower low. Look guys, we're not going to ignore the fact that this is coming down, but we have got 3 days left until the month ends. So my advice would be, when we're looking at all of these pairs, whenever we come towards the end of the month, the markets tend to slow down. They tend to get a bit more stickier. They tend to get a bit more drier. So because of that, we don't need to get caught up in any positions unnecessarily. We need to wait, we need to be patient, and we need to put ourselves in a position where we understand the significance of the higher time frame. Now, and this is the last quarter, okay? This is the last 3 days of the remaining quarter before we enter phase Q3, right? We're going to Q3, yeah? So, okay, I have to double check. When you're fasting, sometimes you forget your own name. But we are going into Q2, excuse me, that makes sense. Of course it is, because we're only 3 months into the year. Time flies, man. Time really does fly. But okay, cool. So we're going into Q2, okay? April, first financial quarter, they say. But yeah, we're going into Q2, okay? So let's see how this first quarter ends, right? Right now, for the Euro JPY, we've pushed up. We're still inside of this candle. Right now, the Japanese yen is in the mud. Okay, but I don't think that's going to be for the foreseeable future. So we're coming towards the end of the quarter. Euro USD looks like it could push up. If we have a look at the DXY off of this quarter, I don't know, guys. It hasn't gone anywhere. You know, we've seen sometimes the dollar just consolidate for so long, which has been quite boring. And this is the reason why I've been trading Bitcoin, guys. Look at Bitcoin over the past 3 months. One direction, shout out one direction. That is all it's gone, okay, it's up. So what I'm saying is, if we look at gold also for the past 6 months has been pushing up, right? So what comes up eventually must come down, right? These assets can have a parabolic shift up, which would mean they will have a parabolic shift down. So we do have to be patient. I'm gonna leave you guys with the stock market. The stock market has been disastrous, okay, because it's just been pushing higher and higher and higher, and I don't understand why. There is no reason for the stock market to continue pushing higher. The stock market is perceived as a risky asset, so for investors to be putting their money into a risky asset when their economy is uncertain doesn't make any sense. When economies are perceived to be uncertain, commodities do very well, and that's the reason why the commodity market has been pushing up. But why the stock market has been pushing up, that is another ball game altogether, guys. That is just pure manipulation. So I'm going to be keeping you guys informed and up to date when it comes to looking at the markets. Market Mondays today has been a lot shorter than it usually is, and that's because right now we're coming towards the end of the month, guys. It is the last Market Mondays before the month ends. Next week's Market Monday is going to be on a bank holiday, so the markets will be dry. So I'm probably going to deliver that to you guys maybe midweek, or maybe I'll give you something different. Maybe for Market Mondays, I'll give you guys more education. In fact, that's what I'll do. So for this one, if you've got through to the end of this video, please understand that the markets right now are warming up. Okay, this is the calm before the storm. There are going to be some huge opportunities in the market, I personally believe, for Bitcoin and for gold this week. But for you to take advantage of those with me, you have to be inside my channels. So all you have to do, guys, is click the link in the bio, follow the information, and I'll see you guys on the other side. And always remember, guys, that every day is money day.